Everything in this video is alleged for educational and entertainment purposes only. What it do, what it do, what it do? It's your boy, Sell It Sell, and we back in here with another episode of Juice City Legends. If you have not, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Alright, gang, we back in here with another one. And this time, we're going to Prentice, Mississippi with it, man. Now, if you know anything about Mississippi, man, especially if you grew up in them 90s, man, I'm sure y'all heard of Super Dave, Mississippi Dave. Some people say Super Dave is the biggest to ever do it when it comes to Mississippi, man. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know if y'all heard of Super Dave, man. We're going to dive into the story today. Let's get it. Now, if you know anything about Mississippi, and especially when it comes to crime, drugs, violence, the city that always rings a name is Jackson, Mississippi. But down in Prentice, Mississippi, a guy by the name of David Warner, aka Super Dave, his name was ringing bells all across the southern region. Now, I never met Super Dave because I was too young at the time. But when I was a kid, I heard about Super Dave, man. I want to say when I was in my late teens, we was at the club one night. I want to say Super Dave might have pulled up, man. And it was like a superstar came out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Super Dave, he hailed from Prentice, Mississippi. And the thing about the country boys in Mississippi, they always had all the work, man. Like I say, Jackson, they get all the hype, they get all the respect for putting down when it comes to all the gangster stuff. But everybody know them country boys is the one that had to work, man. And a lot of people say that Super Dave is one of the biggest that ever come out of Mississippi. And his name had been ringing for a long time, but a lot of people had never seen Super Dave. But around the early 2000s, the federal authorities will begin to get on his radar. According to the Associated Press, authorities say an accused South Mississippi drug kingpin who was on the run for more than a year has been captured in Mexico and brought back to the United States to face charges on running a massive cocaine and marijuana distribution operation. David Super Dave Warner, 31, had been on the U.S. Marshals Service list of the 15 most wanted fugitives. He was arrested Friday outside his home in a gated community in Toluca, about 35 miles west of Mexico City. He's probably the largest drug dealer that has ever been uncovered in Mississippi, said Ralph Holman Jr., special agent in the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration office in Gulfport. Warner had been on the run since June 2004 when officers raided his sprawling 5,100 square feet home in rural Jefferson Davis County, with authorities say he based his multi-million-dollar drug ring. A sealed indictment naming suspects in the drug ring was found in Warner's home during the raid. Investigators are still looking into how the indictment got into the home. U.S. Attorney Don Lampton said Monday there's a strong possibility that the document was an indictment served on another defendant in the drug ring that Warner's name may have been on because it was a clerical error. Warner faces charges of conspiracy to distribute more than 150 kilos of cocaine and more than 1,000 kilograms of marijuana. Each of the two charges is punishable by 10 years to life in prison and a $4 million fine. Now, also, according to the authorities, Super Dave had strong alliances to a Memphis kingpin by the name of Craig Pettis. You may have heard Yo Gotti rap about Craig Pettis. It's alleged that he's the brother of 3 6 Mafia group member DJ Paul. But according to the authorities, Craig Pettis is the one who came up with the idea for Super Dave to flee to Mexico while he was on the run from the feds. Now, when Craig Pettis comes into the picture, this is where things get a little interesting. Now, like I said, we're not gonna gossip. We're only gonna go by what the authorities say. I'm not tied into the case. I don't know everything. All I can go about is by articles and whatever the news have reported. But it was rumors swirling around that one of the two guys may have cooperated with the government. According to the commercial appeal, Dave Warner, known as Mississippi Dave, fled. Eventually, he ended up in Mexico at the invitation of Craig Pettis, Memphis' most notorious drug dealer. More than 30 Pettis associates had pleaded guilty to federal charges. The Lewis cousins are the only two who maintain they are innocent. Several witnesses, including Warner, have described more about Pettis' activities than that of the Lewis cousins. Warner said he noticed an alarming new side to Pettis, who himself had fled to Memphis to avoid prosecution in 2002 after an associate's drug bust. The scariest part was the mentality when it came to force, said Warner, who grew up in the rural Mississippi town of Prentiss. While in Memphis, Pettis had worked with the Benthien Lavella drug cartel based in Mexico to move millions of dollars of cocaine into the United States. Pettis, a high school dropout turned multimillionaire, realized his business was threatened after he and the people who worked for him caught the attention of Memphis police, then the Federal Drug Enforcement Administration. A drug task force composed of officers from several areas forces had raided Pettis' associate Tino Harris' house in Bartlett in 2002, finding 32 kilograms of cocaine, $50,000 in cash, a gun, and an armored vest, according to a federal indictment. In Mexico, Pettis was under the protection of the cartel for nearly 6 years until he was arrested and deported in early 2008. Warner told jurors, he said Big Daddy, that's Antonio Ellis, had got busted and was cooperating with law enforcement. Pettis, in turn, ordered Hit, men in Memphis, to murder Alan, Warner said. That was one of the saddest days. Kinda threw me for a curve. More death orders at behand of Pettis followed, Warner said. He said Scooter gotta go, Trail gotta go, and Mario Stewart. Pettis also offered to find who had tipped off the police about Warner's drug activity and have something done to them, Warner told jurors. I said, nah, I'll pass on that. He said, well, that's the difference between me and you. Pettis and Warner were working directly for Edgar Valdez, Varela, known as La Barba. Warner told jurors that Valdez's godfather was Antonio Benthien Lavella, one of the brothers who headed the wealthy and violent cartel until his death in December 2009 in the gun battle with the Mexican Marines. Warner and Pettis continued drug trafficking from Mexico until their capture. Both had relocated to the suburbs of Mexico City after receiving a tip that the federal agents in Memphis were on their trail. Agents caught Warner at his home in Toluca in 2005. He's serving a 22-year prison sentence. Pettis, arrested in 2008, pleaded guilty in a secret federal hearing in 2009 and has yet to be sentenced. La Barba has been indicted in Atlanta and other jurisdictions. And there you have it, the story of Dave, Super Dave Warner. Today, Super Dave is free. I'm not sure what he's doing these days. I heard one time that he was driving trucks, but according to his social media page, he looked like he's in good spirits. You know what I'm saying? And Super Dave just another cautionary tale to the streets, man. With the mind and leadership that Super Dave had, he could have ran a Fortune 500 company. But due to the fact that he was from Prentice, Mississippi, growing up in the South, growing up around poor conditions, he took to the drug game. And some would say Dave's legacy is tarnished if he did cooperate with the authorities. But I say, man, ain't no love in the game, man. You know what I'm saying? All that's part of the game, man. And somebody might say I'm crazy, but I'm just being realistic. Robbing, killing your brother, that's part of the game. Hitting the next man, old lady, that's part of the game. Your best friend, getting in their courtroom, pouring you out, that's part of the game. That's why I preach to the youth, man. Stay on the right track, man. Do the right thing. The streets ain't worth it, man. The streets is a myth. The biggest baddest dudes. When they get down to it, when the white folk got them on the stand, they're gonna squeal like a rat, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, there's no disrespect to Super Dave. You know what I'm saying? I can't knock a man from doing what he got to do to get back out here to the streets, man. Get back to your family. Get back out here and live, man. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get down in them comment sections and let me know what y'all think about Super Dave, man. Do y'all think he was the biggest one to ever do it in Mississippi? How do y'all feel about the legacy of Super Dave, man? Let me know what y'all think. Anyway, this your boy Celly Cell with Juice City Legends. We check it out. Peace.